Have you ever woken up and felt a quiet shift, as if your legs or your spirit don't carry the same strength they once did? It's easy to dismiss it as just getting older, to accept the aches and slower steps as part of life's inevitable march. But what if there's more to the story? What if the subtle weakening of body and soul isn't just about age, but about something deeper, something we can face, nurture, and even transform? This is a story about rediscovery, not decline. It's about the truths of aging that we rarely speak aloud until they press too close to ignore. It's about the hidden forces that shape our days as we grow older: loneliness, purpose, regret, environment, and the fear of fading away, and how we can reclaim vitality through small, courageous acts. This is for you, for the person wondering if their best days are behind them or if there's still time to write a new chapter. The first truth is that aging doesn't just test the body, it challenges the spirit. There's a subtle shift that creeps in alongside gray hair and creaky knees, quieter than the new medicine bottles lining the counter. It's the slow mornings when you wake to an empty calendar, no one expecting you, nowhere you truly need to be. At first, it feels like a well-earned rest after decades of work and schedules. You tell yourself, "I've earned this." But then the days blur together. The phone stays silent. The house is still growing. You pause in the middle of the living room, unsure why you walked in, and a question lingers. What's next for me? This isn't just loneliness. It's a deeper ache, a fading sense of purpose. Maybe it started after retiring from a career that defined you, or when the kids moved far away, building their own lives. Maybe your social circle shrank as friends began their own new journeys. The world feels quieter, and with it, a question grows louder. Do I still matter? We're taught to expect physical decline with age, knees that protest, eyes that blur, but we're rarely warned about what happens when the spirit feels unmoored. Science, though, is catching up to what elders have long known. Studies from Yale and Rush University show that a sense of purpose isn't just a luxury, it's vital. Older adults with purpose, whether it's tending a garden, volunteering, or mastering a crossword puzzle, aren't just happier, they live longer. Their minds stay sharper, their bodies more resilient. Purpose lowers stress, boosts immunity, and reduces risks of heart disease and Alzheimer's. When the spirit weakens, the body follows. But when the spirit thrives, the body finds strength. The hope lies here. Purpose isn't reserved for the young or the busy. It doesn't demand a job title or a packed schedule. It can be small, chosen daily, a spark of curiosity, a kind gesture. Revisit something you once loved: painting, fixing old radios, baking bread. Start with 15 minutes a week, or find a way to help someone. Send a card to a friend, read to kids at the library, water a neighbor's plants. Even caring for a pet or a houseplant can ignite joy. Small routines, brewing morning tea, writing 3 things you're grateful for each night, or calling a friend every Sunday, build meaning. These acts remind you that you're still here, still needed. Consider Frank, a retired mailman from Wisconsin. He once knew every detail of his neighborhood: the barking dogs, the tomato gardens, the porch lights left on. Retirement brought quiet mornings. But soon the silence felt heavy. He missed being needed. One day he noticed a neglected park nearby. Trash scattered, benches broken. He began morning walks, picking up litter and chatting with passers-by. At first it was just nods, then neighbors stopped to talk. Someone brought coffee, another left daffodil bulbs. The park bloomed, and so did Frank's world. He didn't change the globe, but he changed his corner of it, finding purpose in the ordinary. You can do this too. Purpose isn't lost with age. It's something you choose again and again. What small act could make your day feel brighter? What could remind you that your presence matters? Loneliness is more than a fleeting sadness. It's a shadow that can shape your days. For many, it's the quiet ache of a home too still, a phone that rarely rings, laughter that feels like a memory. Maybe your children live far away, chasing dreams in new cities. Maybe you've lost a spouse, the one who knew how you took your coffee. You sit at the same kitchen table spot, watching the world pass by, telling yourself it's just how life is now. You distract yourself with TV or puzzles, but the silence lingers. Is loneliness just part of aging, something to endure? Science says no, it's more serious than that. Harvard and AARP studies reveal that chronic loneliness rivals smoking. 15 cigarettes a day and its harm. It raises risks of heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, and dementia. Loneliness floods the body with stress hormones like cortisol, weakening immunity, disrupting sleep, and dimming motivation. The mind, built for connection, conversation, laughter, a warm hug, fades without it, leaving memory foggier, spirits lower. But there's hope. Loneliness isn't a failure, it's a human longing for connection, and even small steps can ease it. Call a neighbor, a cousin, an old friend. No special reason needed. A familiar voice can brighten an afternoon. If leaving home feels daunting, seek small local groups, a library book club, a gardening circle, a senior center exercise class. Many communities offer meal programs or friendly visitor services. If that feels like too much, start smaller. Chat with someone at the grocery store, wave to neighbors on your walk. These tiny moments lift your spirit and remind you you're part of the world. Take Rose, a woman from Ohio who faced loneliness after her husband's death. She rarely left home, convinced no one would miss her. Her granddaughter coaxed her to a community knitting group. Nervous, Rose went and found herself laughing, sharing stories, and teaching younger women her craft. It wasn't a cure, but that afternoon sparked a new chapter. Thursdays became her anchor, a time to wear her best scarf and share stories. The heaviness lifted, replaced by belonging. You're not alone in this ache. Small acts, a call, a smile, a shared moment, can heal. Loneliness may weigh heavier than arthritis, but it doesn't have to define you. Reach out today. The world still holds friendship and love, waiting for you. There's a quiet fear many carry as they age, becoming a burden. It's the hesitation before asking for help, the "I'm fine" when you're not. Maybe it began after retirement, as your kids built busy lives, or after losing a spouse, when simple tasks like changing a light bulb became hurdles. The house, once full of laughter, echoes with silence, and you wonder, am I asking too much? So you stay quiet, managing alone, even as the days grow long. This fear is common but rarely spoken. We're raised to value self-reliance. Pull up your bootstraps, don't bother others. But as life changes, even the strongest need a hand. That's not weakness, it's human. Studies from the National Institutes of Health show that asking for help strengthens family ties, building trust and closeness. Adult children often feel honored to give back, to share in your world. The cost of silence is high: missed medications, unsafe falls, unspoken depression. So how do you find the courage to reach out? Start small. Instead of asking your daughter to shop for you, invite her to join you at the store. A chore becomes a chance to connect. Instead of hiding confusion over a new phone, say, "Can you show me how this works? I'd love to learn with you." Frame needs as shared moments. Be honest too. When asked, "How are you?" try, "Some days are tough, but your calls mean the world." This opens doors to deeper bonds. Walter, a retired bus driver from Minnesota, lived this. After his wife died, cooking and driving to his fishing spot felt overwhelming. His daughter Sarah lived nearby, but he didn't want to burden her busy life. One day, she found him in a dark room surrounded by unopened mail. "Why didn't you call?" she asked. "I didn't want to bother you," he admitted. Sarah's response changed everything. "Dad, you cared for me. It's my turn." They started weekly dinners with her kids, turning help into joy-filled traditions. You're not a burden. You're a cherished parent, friend, part of a community. Asking for help isn't taking. It's giving loved ones a chance to show love. Make one small step today. A call, a question, an honest moment. You're worthy of care, always. Regret builds quietly, not in grand missteps, but in small moments left undone, words unspoken, apologies unoffered, love unexpressed. It creeps in during quiet evenings, staring at autumn leaves or lying awake, thinking of the friend you meant to call, the sibling you argued with years ago, the thank you left unsaid. At the time, it felt like there'd be another day. But days slip by and the ache grows. What if I had reached out? Regret isn't just memory, it affects health. University of California research shows that holding on to regret raises stress, disrupts sleep, and weakens immunity. Yet letting go brings happiness and eases physical symptoms like pain and fatigue. You don't need grand gestures to release regret, just simple, brave acts. Start by naming what you carry. I wish I'd spent more time with my sister. I regret not thanking my neighbor. Say it aloud or write it down. It's freeing. Then take a step. Call someone you miss, send a note, or leave a kind comment online. If they're gone, write a letter, even if it's never sent. Healing often lies in the act, not the response. Forgiving yourself is part of it too. Honor the lessons learned. Lorraine, a retired nurse from Kentucky, carried regret for years over a falling out with her brother Sam. After her husband's death, she longed to share memories with him, but feared it was too late. One morning, she wrote him a letter, recalling childhood adventures and saying, "I'm sorry I let years slip by. I've missed you." A month later, a postcard arrived. "I've missed you too. Call me." Their call, though awkward at first, rebuilt a bridge. Lorraine found peace, her days lighter. It's never too late to say what matters. You can't change the past, but you can lighten your heart. Reach out, forgive, or honor your feelings with compassion. The healing is in the trying. Today, ask, what do I need to say? Your words, love, and courage are gifts you can still give. Your surroundings shape your soul. A sunny room lifts your spirits. A cluttered corner weighs you down. As we age, a once warm home can feel overwhelming, especially if mobility is limited or loss has left it quiet. You might spend hours in one chair, feeling both comfort and sadness, thinking it's just aging. But your environment isn't just a backdrop. It influences mood, energy, and self. Environmental psychology shows that spaces affect brain chemistry. Natural light boosts serotonin, aiding mood and sleep. Cluttered, dim rooms raise stress and cloud focus. For seniors, a gloomy home can deepen isolation or depression, while a bright, organized space sparks confidence and joy. Small changes make a difference. Open curtains to let in light, trim bushes outside windows, or add a mirror to reflect sunlight. A potted plant or fresh flowers brings nature's renewal. Use soft colors, light blues, yellows, creams, in pillows or throws to create calm. Organize with labeled baskets or shelves to reduce overwhelm. Display cherished photos or mementos to connect with loved ones and memories. Mary, a widow in Oregon, felt her home grow heavy after her husband's death. She stayed in a dark bedroom, curtains closed. Her granddaughter suggested plants and open windows. Mary added colorful pots, rearranged furniture for morning sun, and hung a painting of her favorite beach. Slowly, she felt more awake, eager to read or knit. Her home became a sanctuary again. You don't need big renovations. Pull back a curtain, tidy a corner, light a candle. These acts create a space that lifts your heart, reflecting who you are. Look around today. What small change could bring light or warmth? Your home is a quiet friend, supporting you as you've supported others. In quiet moments, it's easy to wonder, do I still matter? Retirement, distant family, or fewer gatherings can make the world feel like it's moving on. You might think your best days, your roles as parent, worker, friend, are gone. But you matter now, perhaps more than ever. Your stories, wisdom, and presence are gifts the world needs. Studies show that feeling valued extends life and health, boosting mental clarity and immunity. Psychologists call this generativity, the drive to guide others. It doesn't end with age, it deepens. Your decades of experience, history lived, lessons learned, are treasures. Sharing a recipe, mentoring a neighbor, or telling stories shapes the future in ways you may not see. You don't need grand acts. Listening, smiling, offering encouragement lights up someone's day. Helen, a retired teacher from Arizona, felt invisible after her husband's death. A library invited her to read stories to children. Nervous, she tried it, and the kids loved her warmth. Parents thanked her for inspiring reading. Her role grew, organizing book drives, reminding her that her work wasn't over. Your influence ripples daily through traditions, meals, or quiet strength. Try sharing a story or advice with someone younger. They're eager to learn, and you'll reconnect with your vibrant self. You're not defined by age, but by the love and lessons you share. The world is richer for you. Today, know this: your light shines brightly, and your story is still unfolding.